45 minutes, which won the game for you, really.
Top, yeah. And the second half was not that because they make a step up. They were more aggressive, and after that, but the first half was outstanding in the terms of what we want to be.
In both ends, they were better than us. We were, even if you created, we are not at the standards that this game we knew that is going to demand from ourselves. We have to be at our best level in this type of games, and we weren't, and because that we lost the game.
In the build-up to that second goal, which Nico took very well, Joachim Andersen clattered Erling, and he didn't reappear for the second half. Is he injured?
Having Eagles. He didn't feel comfortable, and of course, listen, it's a lot of games. So the human beings and the way here in this country, the game is being played. So it's more fatigue, more contacts, more anything. So at the end, the human beings have a limit,
15 goals for the season now, 5 already for Manchester City. You've got to be delighted by that.
No, 100% I am delighted. I think last year and the start of the season, I wanted to work on scoring more goals and contributing in any way I can. And I'm happy I've gone over the target I had in my head for this season. So hopefully many more to come, and important games to go.
Yeah, what a season Antoine Semenyo is having, and what a week for Manchester City. Alan, last-minute drama at the weekend against Liverpool. It's far more comfortable today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. They made it more comfortable for themselves because of their hard work off the ball and getting the ball back, particularly in the first half. And it's as good as I've seen them for a while, and they perhaps haven't done this enough in terms of the energy. And if you watch, every single player is in tune with each other. They're all going chasing after the ball. One goes, the other is following. There's just absolutely no way out for Fulham. You can see them all there. There's 6 of them going there, and in the end, they do exactly what Man City want them to do, which is kick the ball back long, and they'll get the ball back. Similar sort of thing here. They lose the ball again, but watch them go after the ball. In the end, they force Fulham into the error, which is exactly what they want them to do. Look, Semenyo's going, Haaland's going, Foden's going. If they don't get it, then the midfielders are going after them again. Same thing again. It goes out to the right side of the pitch, and then again they force it long to get the ball back. And this is the best move of the game. When you talk about the intensity, you talk about the pace and the energy, and I've mentioned it without the ball. Now you're about to see it with the ball. The one-touch and two-touch passing, the movement off the ball, the ball into Haaland there, then the running off the ball from O'Reilly. Haaland gets smashed off Anderson there. But then he passes the ball into Semenyo, he follows that pass and goes in behind, and that is an unbelievable finish and a great team goal. But it was near perfection, I thought, from Manchester City in that first half, and the game was done at half-time because of that.
I think, Al, as well, playing Semenyo up front with Haaland as a pair helps works the press because he works so hard.
Yeah. After the game, in a different interview, not the one that Marco Silva did with us, he actually said that he was a little bit disgruntled by a tackle from Phil Foden on Calvin Bassey. Do you feel that he had a point with this, Danny?
He did have a point. Foden got lucky. It was a naughty one. Similar to Simon's on Van Dijk earlier in the season. Can't really see a slip when you watch it back, but the ball's gone quite a fair way away, so whether he's just trying to trip him or whatever, but he scrapes him down the back of the Achilles. I think quite a few refs would have sent him off there. So, yeah, I understand his disappointment. I mean, it was on 60 minutes, they were 3-0 down, so might not have made any difference, but still, a naughty one, he got lucky.
OK, well, City are keeping the pressure up on Arsenal, aren't they? As I said, it's been a really good week for them. Had the game ended differently on Sunday, it could have been a 9-point gap. Now it's just 3 points, with Arsenal, of course, playing Brentford tomorrow evening. Does it look like Pep's team are on the start of one of those runs that we've seen them go on so often in the second half of the season?
I don't think it would surprise many people if they went on the run, particularly after the game at the weekend. You could see that they were full of belief and confidence and energy because of that result of the weekend. But they've done their job tonight. They've put the pressure back on Arsenal with 3 points gap now.
Yeah, and they've got a couple of games now, Arsenal, before City play again in the Premier League. Where do you see this where's the pendulum swinging at the moment, Danny?
I think a lot will depend on Arsenal tomorrow night, of course. If they get a win, their confidence carries and the momentum grows. But, yeah, they've got fixtures on paper coming up. City expect them to win. Newcastle at home, for example.
Couldn't resist getting that one in, could you? No, but I think it's interesting, isn't it? Because people keep saying all of a sudden City are going on this incredible run. People are almost forgetting that Arsenal have won, that they won at the weekends. Yeah. They're still doing their bit, aren't they?
Arsenal have put themselves in a brilliant position. You'd much rather be in Arsenal's position than you would be in Manchester City, albeit they've got the experience of actually winning it.
And it absolutely was not. You've had an amazing... You've done very well as well, Stephen.
Oh, well, you can have that record.
And he made his debut in 2002. I just couldn't believe it when you think about, gosh, he was 16 years of age. So, yeah, incredible career and enjoyable night of football too. And obviously more Premier League football tomorrow. It's all heating up quite nicely, isn't it, at this time?
Well, to be fair, I mean, the title race, obviously Arsenal's still in control, but that whole top 4, top 5 is going to be interesting. Looks like a couple of teams are going to go down, but who's going to be the other team to go down? West Ham and Nottingham Forest are fighting out for it. So obviously Arsenal tomorrow, they're in the driver's seat, but they just got to finish the job. They've done such a brilliant job in the Premier League and Champions League, but they just need to finish the job.
City winning tonight means they're just 3 points behind them, so the pressure goes back onto Arsenal to try and pull away. What do you think is going to happen?
Twists and turns, I'm sure there will. Not the question, obviously, the ball now goes into Arsenal's court. They've got to go and play well at Brentford. It won't be easy. Brentford will ask a lot of questions of them, but defensively they've been solid, and the reason they're doing so well and they're in all these competitions is because they're solid, they keep clean sheets, and they've got wonderful players, so I expect them to go to Brentford and win.
Excellent. Guys, thank you very much. You're a wonderful company.
Season for him. Let's hear from his manager. Here he is, Pep Guardiola.
Pep, congratulations. Extremely good first 45 minutes, which won the game for you, really.
Top, yeah. And the second half was not that because they make a step up. They were more aggressive, and after that, but we then, yeah, in general, really good. And the first half, I completely agree with you. So we were in one of our best by far.
That 1 minute which separated Harry Wilson's opportunity from O'Reilly's goal was a crucial one, really.
Yeah, it was. But before the 1-0, we have 2 or 3 chances before, and yeah, we cannot expect Fulham. So I saw the game in Old Trafford that won for the goal Sesko in the 94, and I saw many games how good they are. So I spoke a lot these days, yesterday, especially today, to the guys. Said, or you believe, ready to suffer and apply every single movement what you have to do. Otherwise, it happened what would happen in Fulham, in London, that they are able with 5-1 make 5-4, and we are not able to control because Berger, the build-up with Leno, when everyone have a good process, and but the first half was outstanding in the terms of what we want to be.
In the build-up to that second goal, which Nico took very well, Joachim Andersen clattered Erling, and he didn't reappear for the second half. Is he injured?
Have an Eagles. He didn't feel comfortable, and of course, listen, it's a lot of games. So the human beings and the way here in this country, the game is being played. So it's more fatigue, more contacts, more anything. So at the end, the human beings have a limit, you know. And look, Cucurella is injured, right? Do you know why?
Go on.
1,000 million games. So no secrets.
Well, that's interesting because on that very subject, I told you he went off at half-time, Erling Haaland, which is why he was asked about it. Pep Guardiola has said this to the club media about Erling Haaland. He didn't feel comfortable. The reason why, he's played so many games. I didn't speak with the doctors. I don't know exactly what he has. Fatigue. He said, I don't feel comfortable. And at 3-0, with a lot of games to come with Omar Mamouche, it was common sense. What do you make of that?
Agreed, yeah, common sense. 3-0 up, you've won the game. If you've got any doubts about your star player, bring him off, wrap him in cotton wool. You know, they play Salford at the weekend in the FA Cup. Does he have to play in that? They'll beat Salford without Erling Haaland. So if you any concerns,
so you can have 10 days off.
10 days off, perfect. What a lovely little break that is to then head into the last sort of third of the season with all guns blazing. So yeah, I mean, it all depends on whatever tests they're going to run and everything else. But if he feels any form of fatigue, then this is the time to give him a break.
Yeah, it's perfect timing, especially in respects of Marmoush's return. He obviously returned a little bit before the African Nations, gone there, done very, very well, came back, played very well for City. So it is perfect timing to give him a rest because Marmoush is in form. So he will give you a different dimension and play a different way. But it's all positives, I think. If you can rest the big man, and like Mo said, wrap him in cotton wool, I would do it as well.
Yeah, because if you can get him fresh for what they hope is the run-in, still very much in the Champions League as well, of course, that's important, is it? Because while Mamouche was away, he has had to take part in every single Premier League game so far.
Yeah, not just the Premier League games, all of them, weren't they, really? I think it's the most games he's played for City at this part of the Premier League season in terms of especially staying fit. So he's done that very, very well. But fatigue will kick in at some point, and it's not always physical. Sometimes it's just mental. I think people forget mentally how tough it is being a footballer, and especially playing in like a Pep team when there's so much instruction, so much little details. You're always thinking constantly. So, yeah, the rest for me, he couldn't have come at a better time.
And also, particularly for Erling Haaland, because a lot of people have said he carries the entire goal-scoring burden. However, since they signed Antoine Semenyo with another goal tonight, that is 5 in 8 games to start his Manchester City career.
He was efficient at Bournemouth when he got in those areas, and he's come across to Man City and he's just kind of just carried on again, like he's at the same place. I think I really enjoy watching him. He reminds me of a very old school type of winner. He's not interested in, like, he's finished here, he's just in the right areas, but he's not interested in showboating. He either wants to get a shot off or he wants to get a cross in, and I think for people like Haaland and the attackers that are in the box, it's beneficial because you know he's not going to cut, he's not going to chop. When he gets that space, the ball's coming, so you can make your run straight away, Mo.
Exactly that, yeah. No, it's... he's good. I mean, listen, I'm sitting here thinking, if Haaland is... If there's any doubt... I mean, I'll just rest him anyway. Why wouldn't you just rest him anyway?
We've got Marmoush in form, Semenyo in form, Foden back tonight.
Even if he's not saying... Even if he says, do you know what, I'd like to play and get on the score sheet and, you know, play against Salford and score a couple of... If I was the manager, I'd say no. No. You played half a game today. Let's have a good, few days off. Then we'll start building you back towards this big run-in. This is a huge time of the year, absolutely huge. All the games are going to be really important, pressurised, Champions League, the chasing Arsenal down for the title. We need you in great form. Even if you want to play against... I'm taking the decision as the manager, you shouldn't. And, as I say, regardless of what the doctors say, what Haaland says, what anybody says, if I was Pep Guardiola, I'd just give him a break now.
Got a cup final to play as well already. Listen, all they could do is ask Arsenal a question tomorrow, and they've done that. They've gone within 3, and it's over to Arsenal away at Brentford now.
That's the best way to play when you're chasing. I think you have to play to make them make a mistake or for them to slip or crack first. And they went away to Liverpool, which was a tough game. Now they've played Fulham before Arsenal play. Now it's over to Arsenal, and Arsenal have to go to a tough place and try and do a very professional job. And anything but a win from them, there's your first slip-up. And then the gap's a little bit smaller again, and then you can just keep creeping. Because effectively, if they draw a couple of games, it could be like what happened a few years ago, where 2 games they drew, or 3, and they lost the title. It can happen again. They don't necessarily need to lose.
Performance controlled, composed in the first half, clinical as well. So, yeah, a lot of positives from tonight, and it was important they did that because, listen, the importance of the victory at Liverpool was massive, but the statement they made in that game, coming back from behind, being at Anfield, and it was vitally important they followed it up tonight.
Yeah, Manchester City is still very much in this quite exciting title race now, aren't they?
Yeah, they certainly give us something to talk about because obviously at 1-0 at Liverpool we thought that the title was probably heading towards North London, but it's all changed. And again, I think Semenyo mentioned it there, there's no good putting in that performance and getting that result if you don't deliver it here tonight. And they did. First 45 brilliant, controlled, and then can make the subs and maybe lost the rhythm. And that naturally happens, and obviously Fulham have to try and have a little bit more of a go. But overall, solid performance. And you mentioned the clean sheet, and it was great to see Gahey and Diaz, have that partnership, and great to see John Stones on the bench. So you're starting to see, peaking perhaps at the right time, as Pep Guardiola's teams historically have proven.
Yeah, I mean, it's no shock that it's raining. It's utterly miserable here tonight, as it has been throughout the entire country for a couple of days. But in these conditions as well, they really held it together. Although, is there any sort of, I don't want to say criticism because you can't do that, but could they have kicked on a little bit in the second half, maybe pushed and got more?
No, you want to conserve energy when possible. There's a lot of fixtures coming in, and you even seen that in the substitutions he made, probably earlier and more frequent than often than we've seen Pep Guardiola do. So, yeah, if you're 3-0 up, you want to just control the game then and not look stretched and not become a basketball game. Yes, Fulham are going to come back into it because the first half they didn't really offer much, but again, second half when they had a bit more possession, City was still in control.
The move for Antoine Semenyo has gone incredibly well. He opened the scoring tonight, hasn't it?
Oh, it's sensational. Again, he's like a striker. He doesn't really want to get involved in the build that often, but when the ball is in the box, he's clinical, and he gives me so much confidence. Every finish he has, he kind of maybe fortuitous there, just being in the box, but in the right place. But you have to be in the right place and recognise where the ball might drop. And he's the first one to react.
I think when Haaland has contributed, I think it's about 41% of Man City's goals, it's important that other people come and help, you know, especially if people like Haaland have gone off tonight. You have to have other people that can step up, and City have signed him for that. He's a goal scorer this season, and he has that threat. He's so strong as well, both, you know, physically and then good in and out of possession. And you're right, seeing him play a little bit closer to Haaland, particularly in the first half, and can play out wide, as we all know. But he is a great signing for them, and he'll kick on.
Yeah, I think we're going to try and get some clarification from Pep Guardiola when we speak to him about Haaland. Don't know if he picked up an injury.
Yeah, it looked like that in the build-up to the second goal. I think it was Anderson collided with him, late tackle, and as he tried to sprint off, he recognised that there was a bit of pain. But again, credit to him, he kept on going for the remainder of the half, scored a goal, and then obviously probably more precaution than anything to come off, because as great as Semenyo is playing and has done so far, you don't want to lose a player like Haaland.
Fulham defensively, it seems to have been a bit of a problem, because they have actually scored goals against top teams, but it's the goals they're conceding that are the problem. I know they didn't get on the score sheet tonight, but what is the problem here defensively for Fulham?
Again, a bit of variety of things. It's never one thing for any team when you're scoring or conceding. There's never one element to it. There's factors. And today, I felt they tried to play out, and that would just encourage City to press high, and they didn't kind of get a rhythm with that, and then the ball was coming back into their box, and they were having to probably to defend more than they thought closer to the goal, because the build, they want to play out from the back, but when you don't have the quality to get through Man City, all of a sudden take two passes, now they're having an attack and you're defending again, so the transitions closer to the goal probably caused more problems than they deserved.
They did have a chance with Harry Wilson tonight, who has been exceptional this season.
He has. He's been a top goal scorer, but this is the difference between the two sides, and maybe also it's been something the fans have said about Fulham for a long time. Is just in the final third they need that clinical striker, and when you get these opportunities, and against Man City when they might not come too often, you've got to be clinical, and that would have made it 1-1, and then I think literally a minute or so later they found themselves 2-0 down. So it's moments, and Fulham didn't take them tonight. But what I would say is, when Jolene said they're playing out, City were unbelievable at winning the ball back. They're hunting, they're pressing, winning it back as quick and as high as possible. So it was difficult for them. And then when it went up top, they just couldn't make it stick at all. So it was a difficult first half. It wasn't their greatest performance.
I think it was 53 seconds between Harry Wilson's chance and then City are just devastating.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was, and we're going to see the end elements of this passage of play. But initially, Nunes running out with the ball and recognising the pass into Haaland, and then O'Reilly, who we spoke about before the game, and the difference in variety he offers in midfield, and the willingness to run forward and back, but the composure he showed. And Semenyo talked about his technique, and these are scenarios he would have found himself in time and time again, especially as an academy player.
Yeah, you spoke about how important Nico O'Reilly has become to this Manchester City side.
Yeah, definitely. I think he was played left-back start of the season. He was exceptional. Obviously got his England call-up, fully deserved. And now Pep's recognised his importance in midfield, and again, his composure in possession. The legs we spoke about numerous times, but I think the players are relying on him in and out of possession, which is a credit to him.
Certainly is. He's walking this way. I'm hoping he's walking over to our desk here. Is he coming
There's
this way?
a TNT mic coming out, so hopefully.
Here he comes. I mean, the weather is absolutely miserable. I can't believe we're actually making him come and stand in the rain. Nico, hello.
Hi.
Come and join us.
This side.
Hello, mate. Well done.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Very good. Yeah.
Thank you for coming out and standing in the rain, being here even longer than what you needed to be. But a really good win for City tonight. Did it feel quite comfortable in control out there tonight?
Yeah, it did. I thought again in the first half it was very good. We dominated the game. 3 goals, obviously going into half time with 3 goals puts us in a great position. And I thought the game throughout the whole 90 minutes was good. We dictated the play, and we managed to get the win.
Should we talk about your goal? Did you enjoy that one tonight?
Yeah, no, it was good. I know Antoine is very good 1v1. I made the 2v1 running behind, and it was a tight angle, so I thought I was chip the keeper.
Yeah, it was a brilliant touch was this. What a weighted pass as well, a perfect pass.
And again, you're used to these scenarios, obviously playing in this position, more familiar as an academy player, but how much are you enjoying your role now?
I'm loving it. I love being in the middle, trying to dictate the play, break lines, and get in the box, try to score goals.
Is that the message from the manager? Obviously, you started the season exceptionally well as a left-back, but now you're in midfield and you're vitally important to that. And what's the manager said to you about playing in there?
He's very big on second balls, duels. dominating the midfield. So yeah, I think I play a big part in that. Just using my body, trying to win the ball back in a counter. So yeah, I think that's what he's trying to get across to me.
What's it like playing next to Rodri?
Yeah, Rodri's so good. Everything he does is so clean, he's so calm on the ball. So yeah, it's an honour to play next to him.
Is it something that you can take and learn and keep growing, learning from him?
Yeah, definitely. Because I played in that position as well sometimes. So yeah, playing next to him and learning from him every day, even in training, helps me so much.
We're kind of excited about a title race that's now close to 3 points. In the dressing room, is it something you're aware of and you're talking about? Sort of, how excited do you guys get?
Yeah, we're definitely talking about it. Obviously now it's 3 points, but for us our main goal is 3 points every game and just apply pressure on Arsenal as much as we can. So yeah, that's all we can do really.
Will you watch the Arsenal game tomorrow night?
Yeah, definitely.
You'll be in there?
Definitely, yeah.
You'll see what's going on. We will let you go. Thank you so much for coming out to us. It was well done tonight.
Thank you.
Brilliant goal from yourself as well. Well done.
You.
Thank you. Bless him. Thank you very much, Nico O'Reilly, who was standing out here.
It's cold, freezing, wasn't it?
Yeah, you could kind of sense that. You kind of said that. But interesting to know that they are actually talking about it.
The fact that they're referencing Arsenal now, obviously, that it's always one game at a time. You always hear the cliches, and rightly so. But the fact that they're mentioning Arsenal now ahead of their game and knowing, yes, the pressure is on you to go ahead and get 3 points.
Yeah, at home as well. They've been so good all season. 12 unbeaten here at the Etihad.
Yeah, no, just going off your point, they're purposely saying it, aren't they? Semenyo said it, Nico said it.
Is this a mind game thing?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but
100%.
not probably just, again, making it obvious that, yes, we know we're second. We know we're 3 points behind now, and you might have a game in hand, but the pressure is on you, and you still have to come here. And like you said, the home form has been exceptional. So if they're within 3 points come that game, who knows?
Even, when they were going at half-time, Pep had them in the tunnel and galvanising them. There's definitely mind games going. That it feels different, we want it to look different, and we're coming, and you're going to go tomorrow, and you do what you got to do, but we're coming for you.
Erling Haaland getting himself back on the score sheet from open play tonight. That is the difference.
Yeah, again, I think we're finding new ways to talk about him, and the fact that he hasn't scored in open play is one of them reasons, but listen, he's scored a stupid amount of goals this season. He's vitally important to this team. He's a credit to the league, but again, if you give him opportunities, and this isn't really a chance that he's known for, it's a half opportunity, but again, a man that confidence doesn't seem to faze him in any way, and it's a great execution.
I think in that picture there, Phil Foden was with him. I think it's not so much a coincidence that Phil comes in and he knows where he is. It's a bit telepathic for them two. They played together a long time, and maybe the couple of new players might not know his movements as much yet. But look, this.
I think he's top scorers there for Manchester City. He's always going to be at the top
22, I think, was it?
Yeah, it's pretty impressive for Marco Silva, this miserable run against Manchester City and Pep Guardiola.
It's like the rain, isn't it?
It just goes on and on.
Yeah, but again, I think it's more of a Fulham run than Marco Silva. Yes, he's going to receive a lot of the kind of association to that run because he's the manager now, but I think it was before that. In the greatest schemes and the greatest credit to Fulham, I think it'll continue after that. As long as Pep's here, I don't think that anyone coming here is going to find it easy.
3 goals, a clean sheet, and the perfect way to back up that Liverpool performance.
Yeah, it was not easy after incredible emotions in a game. You have experience when you play a emotional game like Liverpool or Champions League. The next one obviously is tricky, and against that team, if we allow them to play, they are top. And but the first half was the best in terms of compactness and be together, transitions, and it was a really, really, really good performance. So happy for the guys. I think today they showed themselves that we are able to do good things.
Starts don't come much better than Antoine Semenyo's at Manchester City. Starts at new clubs don't come much better than Semenyo's at City. He's been unbelievable, hasn't he?
A lot of goals. I have a sense of the second balls in the boxes with the cows, but not just that. The pace, the intensity, keep the ball with the ball. This is a top. I said, the club make with Mark and Antoine incredible signs.
Nico O'Reilly hadn't ever played left back before he broke into the Manchester City first team. He's now playing in midfield, but he finished his chance like a number 9, didn't he?
But his position is that today played number 10, and of course arrive, have incredible pace, make a fantastic goal, but not just of that, for many things. So, the team in certain moments is growing, and now people is coming back, and that is really, really important.
You spoke about Erling Haaland and that he puts a lot of pressure on himself to score goals. Obviously scored his first open goal play in 2026. It was a lovely finish, but I think what City fans probably want to know is why did he come off at half-time?
Have problem niggles.
Okay.
Have niggles, that's why I'm doing that. But it's always my advice. I made the mistakes when I was young. Never doubt about the top scorers because they will shout your mouth. So that's for sure. So always that guy score goals and goals. But the season is so long, and the important is being fresh in mind and come back. You know, the last part of the season being ready.
I just want to talk about Mark Gahey. He got TNT's man of the match. He started for the first time alongside Ruben Dias. Did you enjoy watching that partnership together?
A lot. The personality, character, and I think both they feel comfortable, you know, playing together. So. Yeah, really good, but you know, I saw a few minutes Kusanov in the right side, type Kyle Walker in his prime, and I know he can do that. And John Stone is back, and Nathan hopefully. So we need to. With a lot of games. The problem that we had in November, December, we didn't have central defenders, and it was a little bit more difficult. But yeah, hopefully now you have one more game in the FA Cup, and after. We deserve a break for 2, 3, 4, or 5, or 6, 7 days off to the next game.
Just finally, before I let you go, the gap is now 3 points. Are you going to be watching Brentford against Arsenal tomorrow night?
It's not 3 points.
What is it?
After the game tomorrow, we'll see how many points.
Are you going to watch the game?
They have a game on hand. I will see. We'll see. Of course, I will see because we have the Brentford. And of course, Carabao Cup with Arsenal, and we're here, of course, as much you see it. You know?
Yeah.
But
so
we
much.
know each other quite well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
He'll watch the game, won't he?
Probably. He'll be aware of the score.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He'll be aware of the score. But again, it's constant. Management is constant. There's no time off. So if he chooses to not watch the game and spend time with family, then fair play to him. But I'm sure he'll be aware of the scoreline.
Well, the next games, they do come thick and fast. As you said, management never stops. They have a game against Salford City next in the FA Cup. I mean, what was that scoreline last season? 9-0, I think it was the last time they played them, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something like that. Again, just get through. Cup competitions isn't about playing well. It's about getting results and going through to the next round. And I'm sure that's what we're looking to do.
But then after that comes Newcastle, Leeds, Forest and West Ham. How's that run looking?
All the Premier League games difficult, aren't they? You know, he knows that better than anyone. But given the form, given the players that are coming back, the momentum, it feels different. It really does. I feel like there was a system today that really stopped them being vulnerable in the counter-attack as well. We did the Bodo game, didn't we? And we were like, he mentioned about being compact. They flood the midfield and they win it back quick as possible. It felt different being here today, if I'm being honest. And their reactions and their attitude, they're in a good place. And he said returning players as well. So, yeah.
All right, Pep and City in a good place. Marco Silva and Fulham, perhaps not so much after tonight. Let's hear what he has to say. He's been speaking to Olivia.
Marco, a tough evening out there. What did you make of your team's performance?
Not good enough for the level that we should play against a team like City. As simple as that. Not enough on the ball, soft off the ball as well. What we planned to do on the ball, we knew that we come to press. Probably 3-4 times we did, and we explored what we wanted. Most of the times we let them to block us on the side, and it was difficult for us to go from them and off the ball. Too much respect for the qualities of City, but we should be more aggressive, clear, trying to be more on the front foot, even if City is capable to beat yourselves and after to create some problems. Again, was not good enough for the level that this game demanded from ourselves.
Do Fulham need to keep perspective here? We know how quickly football changes, because sort of 4 or 5 games ago we were saying they're on the hunt for a European place, they're doing well. It's not gone so well the last 4 or 5 games, but can it swing back again as quickly as what it can change?
Of course, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be disappointed when you set out game plans and they don't execute. They're not executed. So, yeah, there's a level of frustration, and rightly so. You feel that elements of their tactical setup wasn't right. He'll take responsibility. He'll put responsibility on the players, and it's down for them to collectively recognise that them problems and solve them for next game.
Fulham well equipped if they sort of got to European. Are they well equipped to deal with that push again?
I think the big question is the manager. He's out of contract. So that's the big one. How does that kind of play out in the summer? And I think we speak about Europe with them. They're always so close, and they go and sign one or two, but so does everybody else. So it's difficult. So it'll be tough for Marco Silva. I think he's a top manager, and I'm sure there'll be people maybe looking at him thinking, could he come to us? I'm sure Fulham fans want him, and Fulham will want to keep him. But I think that's the big narrative for me at the moment.